friends. Welcome to Cup to Hook conversation number 15. It is Friday, June the 26th, and what's up? Well, first and foremost, I am going to right off the bat apologize that this video is coming out to you late, but I've had a phenomenal week. The last 6 days actually have just, not even 6 days, probably the last 4 days have just completely changed my YouTube channel. And I was so excited because I was under the impression when I originally signed up with YouTube almost a year ago, it'll be a year in September, and started doing my research on how to even begin to make a YouTube channel, that I had to have 100 subscribers in order to go live on my mobile device. So that had been my first goal. My first video came out in February, so it took me from September to February to kind of figure everything out, get my equipment and all of that. So this past week, I made it over 100 subscribers, and I was so happy about that because I just knew at that point that we were going to get to go live, and these Friday conversations were going to be live, and you were going to actually be able to talk to me and we could actually communicate in the video. Well, I tried and I tried and I tried, but right off the bat, YouTube said you don't meet the qualifications. And so when I went and researched the qualifications, I don't know if it has to do with COVID now and there's so many people at home, you know, more people maybe creating YouTube channels. I don't know, but it is no longer at 100. It is at 1,000 subscribers before I can go live on my mobile. Now, I can go live on my computer, but my internet upload is not very strong. So that's the whole reason we've not even done it to this date. But I thought, you know what? I was so excited. I was going to give it a go, and I did. I tried to do it on my computer, and it started, and then when it said go live, and then it said live, I was so excited, but then it lasted 7 seconds, and it dropped. So, deleted that video, and tried one more time, and it wouldn't even pick up. So, either I am going to have to wait till I get to 1,000 subscribers, or my husband and I are going to just have to try and rebudget the budget and get a better internet here in Newberry, because what we have right now is not working for my YouTube channel. So back to uploaded videos on Friday. That's okay. At least we have this, and y'all are communicating to me through the comments, and you are communicating me through my other social media outlets with Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and email. So I do thank you for that, but I can't wait to go live with you, all the videos that we'll be able to do. But okay, so it's just still a goal, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with goals. We're going to get there. And I'm going to tell you about a goal that was reached later in this video this past week. So what else is up? What else is going on this week? Well, my daughter-in-law, and for those of you who are new, my son and his wife let us know in time for Mother's Day this year that we are going to be grandparents. So if you're new to my channel, I am going to be a grandparent by the end of this year. Well, I'm a grandparent now, but my grandchild is due November 30th. And so my daughter-in-law called me to tell me that she has another appointment on June 30th. And so maybe, just maybe, we might find out if that grandchild is going to be a boy or a girl. I don't really care. It is my first grandbaby. I'm going to love it no matter what. I'm already excited. Yeah, I kind of want to know so I can start, you know, making all kinds of makes geared towards boy or girl. But in the meantime, I am just loving the fact that I'm going to be a grandmother. So I will have to keep you up to date on what we find out, or if we find out anything. Then also going on this past week, my Marine son. So for some of you who are also new to my channel, I have a son. My middle son is in the Marines. He left for basic training to Paris Island last year, and he graduated January 24th of this year. And then he left from Paris Island, and after spending a week home with us, he went to North Carolina to Camp Geiger, which is part of Camp Lejeune in North Carolina. And he did training there for about a month. And then he left there and he went to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Try saying that several times. Where he was going to do his MOS training. And his MOS training is his actual military job training. And he is going in as a machine operator. And so when he first got there, they, didn't even know they were coming. So that was kind of poor communication. But he and a couple of other Marines that arrived at the airport together, they rented a bus and they took it out to Fort Leonard Wood. And I think it was about like a 2.5 hour bus ride. And so when they got there, they didn't have any platoons available for them. So they kind of got put in a barrack that was in a holding platoon where he stayed for about 3 months. And it was kind of a little bit hard for him because he was ready. He was so ready to get in here and train and finish up and then get to his fleet and start his job. Unfortunately, not having a platoon to pick up, also COVID hit, so it slowed everything down, and they continue to get these Marines coming in that were finishing up other training to come for their MOS training. So he was with many people that were in holding. So they were taken to this building every day. Like they'd get up and go to chow at 6 in the morning. But it was an old Army arsenal that they were actually sitting in, and they would sit in there until 16:30 every day, which is 4:30 in the afternoon. And like there was no windows. He said there was chairs, and there wasn't even enough chairs for everyone. So you sat in a chair, you sat on the floor, and basically you just stared at one another, or you just talked to one another, or you slept. But he said sometimes the drill sergeants would come in there, and if they caught you sleeping, they'd kind of get onto you because you need to be able to stay awake regardless of what your environment is. So, but that's a long time to sit. You know, for me, I would go crazy. That's the whole reason I took up crocheting, was I can't sit still. And it was to give me something to do when I was trying to watch movies with my family. So, oh my gosh, I would have gone insane too, having to sit there that long and not do anything. He said that they could play cards, but even so, I mean, day in and day out. So anyway, he finally got picked up by a platoon, and he has spent the last 4 or 5 weeks doing his training. And this past Wednesday, he flew out from Missouri, and he is now in Yuma, Arizona. He arrived there yesterday afternoon, and I got to talk to him after he was assigned to his room in this particular barrack that he's in. He is in quarantine for 14 days. So for 14 days, he literally cannot leave this room. If he leaves the room, he's locked out of the room. So he literally cannot go anywhere. There is a barrack manager that will come and see if there's anything that they need. They will deliver 3 hot meals to them daily. He did say that he has a window he can look out. And when he looks out this window, literally across the street is an airport. So he can actually see the commercial planes flying in and out. But not only the commercial planes, Yuma, Arizona base is known to be an airfield training. So he gets to see them, you know, with the fighter planes and stuff coming in and out as they're training. So he has that. He also has 2 books he has to read and do book reports on. And he has, I think, 9 online classes he needs to take. So he does have things to do over the next 14 days. but he doesn't get to see another human being at all except this barrack manager. Now, they told him that some guys get depressed, or some Marines, excuse me, because they're not all guys. Some Marines get really depressed over this. And so they told him that, you know, he's welcome to phone a friend, phone a family member and talk to them, or he can open his door and prop it open, and he can yell out to somebody saying, hey, anybody out there want to talk? And they can talk, you know, from their doors. But anyway, he was like, they obviously didn't know where I just came from. He's like, I'm actually going to be okay with these 14 days. But when the 14 days are over, he's ready. He's so ready to start his actual job and join his actual fleet and just be a part of all of that. So I'm excited. We're hoping and praying that he will finally be able to have some leave time and come home in December to see his nephew or niece. And then my husband and I are hoping to kind of travel back with him and go, you know, see where he's at in Arizona and spend some time, and then do some other little, you know, sightseeing trips as we come back home. So hopefully I will be live then, and you guys can join that with us. If not, I will still take uploaded videos and get them to you so that you can still be a part of that exciting journey too. So that is what is going on this week. Let me know what's up with you if you've got any exciting news to tell. All right. So moving along, what is in your cup? So last week, Pamela with Pamela's Adoring Crochet told me that she had coffee, but if she were to have a cold drink, it would be unsweetened tea with sweetener or flavored water. So let me know what's in your cup today. When you came and sat down to join me, what are you drinking? And of course, in a minute, we're going to get to what you're working on. And I do hope you brought something to work on for this video. So today I was treating myself because I thought we were going to go live. So I was going to go big or go home. So I guess I'm going to go home. But I am drinking straight up chocolate milk. Not something I drink very often. It is definitely a treat. And I'm going to enjoy it even though I'm not live. But we'll get there. We're going to get there. We've already accomplished one goal this week that I had set for Christmas. So, whoo! All right. Excited. All right. So, let me know what you're drinking. What are your busy hooks up to? What are you working on? What do you have on your hook? How many WIP projects you've got going on? Let me know. And I'm so excited. We have so many more friends joining us now. So I hope that you will leave comments in the comment section so that we can talk about them. But oh my gosh, how exciting it's going to be when we can finally go live. I can't wait. But everything's a process and we'll get there. Baby steps, baby steps. All right, so what is on my hook? Well, again, I thought I was going live, but that's okay. I have everything right here still. Since I have so many new friends, I'm going to kind of show you things that we've just finished up and things that are still on my hook now. So where to start, where to start? Let's start with the big one. So this is the biggest project that I just wrapped up last week. And for those of you who were with me last week, you got to see this, and I will be putting out, hopefully next week, if not definitely in the week after, a video of this hoodie. But this hoodie is my oldest son's hoodie that I have made for him. I have now made one for my Marine. I have now made one for my youngest son, his girlfriend, and now my oldest son. So the next one that I will be making is for my daughter-in-law. And if you want to see the one that I made for my Marine son, my middle son, It was a kind of southwestern Aztec kind of feel to it. It is in a video. And then I also have done a video on my youngest son and his girlfriend's hoodie. However, I finally got pictures of his girlfriend and hers. I just need to get pictures of my youngest son and his, and then I'm going to put that video up. But real quick, here's the back of it. And so in response to last week, I know there was a comment, so I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. I'm pretty sure, yes, it was from Pamela with Pamela's Adoring Crochet, and she said that Isaac's hoodie is beautiful. And thank you, Pamela. I really like that one. I love all of them. They've all come out really well, but that one is very sharp. So it's hard to tell you which one was my favorite. At first, I thought it was the one I did for my Marine son because it had so much detail on the front and the back of it. But yeah, kind of like them all. But I love that yarn. And that yarn is right here, as a matter of fact. The yarn I used for that was anthracite. And it is by Red Heart Super Saver. So there's the red heart. And let's go down here. I just ripped the paper a little bit, but hopefully, here we go. You can see that. And as you can see, I bought it from Walmart for $7.99 a skein. But yeah, I love the way this type of yarn works out that colorway. So go ahead and put that back. All right, I'm going to save that. So for those of you who are new, we just completed making a little baby set, and this is the little sweater. It is so cute. And along with this little sweater is the bonnet and little baby booties. And right now, on Wednesdays on the Hook, we are currently working on a corner to corner blanket. And let me see if I can get this turned right. All right. So this is it here. So let me see if I can get all this on camera. I don't think I can. So this is the bottom end here that you're seeing. And this is the right side of it. This is the left side of it. And so this is how long it's going to be. It's going to be a good size baby blanket. So that's what we're working on right now. So if you are interested in learning or doing a corner to corner blanket, come join us on Wednesdays. And then on Fun Day Monday, this past week, we were doing the grit stitch hat. And I got a lot of comments on this one. Everybody loved this one. And it is really nice. And it's really, really thick and heavy because I used a bulky weight yarn. So it's got a nice little weight to it. And then inside it has a button that the little pom-pom is tied onto, so you can untie it to wash your hat and remove the pom-pom and then put it back on. I don't know, but in the future I may not do that with the little tie. I might just sew the button in the inside and wrap the little elastic that comes around the pom-pom around it. And that way it's just a real easy removal. But nonetheless, that was that. And let's see. I think that's everything except what is currently on my hook personally outside of tutorials, and that is the Elvis blanket. And last week I made a promise that I would bring it on. I'm going to bring it on, but unfortunately there's been so much going on this week, and I have been responding to comments, which I'm not complaining. I'm so excited about. I still have a lot to go on and respond to, so that's what I'm going to be doing when I finish up this video. But tomorrow and Sunday, I have nothing going on, so I will be working on this blanket. So I will upload a quick little video showing you what I get done, because I do plan on getting a good bit done on it. So this is where we're at with the Elvis blanket. I am making this for a friend of mine for her mom's birthday, and her birthday's already passed. It was in May, and we weren't able to get together to celebrate because of COVID. But I am working on this, so hopefully as the weather starts to cool off again, it will be done for her to have this fall. But so far, this is the blanket, and I'm not really happy with this portion of it above the Elvis. So I am going to frog that and try something else. I had told you that I already didn't like it and I was going to frog it. Well, I did frog it already, and I still don't like it. It just seems to kind of be buckling a little bit. So, and part of that is because right here where the wording is, it's done in a single crochet to make it so crisp and clean. But then when I come back to a half double crochet or a double crochet, it's starting to buckle. So I'm thinking about what I may do above it is do like a half double crochet, single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, and maybe that will help keep it from buckling. So that's the goal. I'm going to frog it tonight and have it ready to start first thing tomorrow, as I am doing some binge watching on Netflix. So my husband has to work tomorrow. He's normally off on Saturdays. He has to work, so it sounds like a good Netflix day with the Elvis blanket. All right, so let me know what's on your hook. What are you working on? All right, inquiring hooks want to know. I only got one question this week, and it was on the Lether Co boxes, and the question was, how much are they and do I like them? I do like the Lether Co boxes. I will be very honest. The thing I probably like least about that subscription box is the fact that all the mailing labels are on that actual box, because they're gorgeous. And I thought I brought one over, but I didn't. I just brought some items out of it. But the boxes are gorgeous, and she did a great job designing those boxes, and they would make perfect boxes for regifting. However, when you try to take the mailing labels off of them, and then and they come shipped that way with no protection over them, they get banged up. So it's not very suitable for using them as a gift box. So I was going to actually use those in my armoire to kind of organize things like buttons and, you know, my crochet accessories, my knitting accessories, and so forth. Ribbons, you know, all kinds of different things. However, I ended up using a good bit of mine when my Marine son asked me if I would send cornbread to him and some of his Marine friends. So if you haven't seen those videos, please go check them out. But anyway, my Marine son and some of his Marines classmates went to chow one night, and they served cornbread. And I guess the cornbread was really hard and it was really dry. And he was like, woof, This is not cornbread. Y'all want cornbread, y'all need to taste my mama's cornbread. Well, he talked really big about my cornbread. And they kind of told him, well, put your mouth, where your money is, so to speak. So he called me up and he's like, hey, can you please send me some of your cornbread? I was like, what? How am I going to send cornbread through the mail and it still be fresh and good? So in the end, I made 8 little loaf pans of cornbread and wrapped them up. They were in aluminum little loaf pans, wrapped them up with clear plastic wrap, put aluminum foil over them, and I was able to put 2 of those loaf pans in 1 Lether Co. box. So I packed them all up, and I used 4 boxes to put those little loaf pans in, and then I put some gift wrapping tissue paper in between the 2 loaves so it would keep them really steady, and hopefully they wouldn't, bang around and move around. And put them in a bigger box, and then put some other goodies in there and sent them. Well, they made it. They not only made it in one piece, they made it. It was still very, very fresh and moist. I sent them out on a Monday, and they called me that Friday afternoon and FaceTime with me to allow me to be a part of them sharing and eating that cornbread. And it was really special. And there is a video on my channel of that. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But anyway, so that's probably the least favorite thing I like about the subscription box. Now, what's inside? I do like her yarns. They're very, very different, colorful. I have not made anything with her yarn except for one thing, and that was a pink colored yarn, and I thought I saw some the other day, but it might already be in my scrap basket. But I made the little headband that you can wear, and I wear mine when I wash my face, and it's got like a little twisted effect to it. So that's the only thing I've really made from the boxes so far with the yarn that she has sent. Now, I have a second project that I am making with yarn that she sent, and it is the sock that I'm working on, where I've made the one and I've got to make the mate. So I haven't made a lot of things with the yarns, but they are really pretty. And this is the one that I just got, and I'm not going to talk about it just now because I've got some notes to do that in a minute. What I love the most about the Lether Co. boxes, and I can't say it enough, are her hooks. This is one of them. This is the one I'm using right now for the corner to corner blanket. I love her ergonomic hooks. Not only are they gorgeous, and you can get them in 2 ways. This is called the Funfetti hooks. She has them where they're colorful, and then they have one selection that you can choose from, and it's natural wood colors. And so they're all just a natural wood. They're not colored. But I like the colored and the Funfetti ones, so that's the box that I get. And not only are they fun and colorful, but when I'm using these hooks, my hand does not hurt near as much as it does when I use other hooks. So the fact that it's an ergonomic hook, and she now uses clover heads, it's a great hook. I absolutely love it. I do think at some point in time, I might stop getting the full subscription box and just order the hooks. But I don't know, because the price difference between just the hook and the entire box is $10. So we'll see. It used to be $5, but it is $10 because she just recently went up on her price of her subscription boxes. It is normally $40. It was normally $40 a month, but it's now $45 a month. So I hope that answered your question, and that was I was trying to see who asked that. And I don't see it right off. I think it was Crochet Nurse. But anyway, so I do enjoy her boxes, and I do plan on doing things with her yarn that she sends. And so that's something else I want to follow up, and that's why I have this sitting here. In my unboxing, I always said it's so funny because when you look at the patterns that she sends, and like this is the one we just got, Into the Woods collection. And she always sends the hook, the little booklet, the yarn, and there's usually some kind of stitch marker or trinket or something in it. This time we got a little Red Riding Hood pin. But when you look at the pattern, and let me flip over to these. So like here's the first pattern that's going to be made, and it's that little beanie hat right there. So that obviously matches the yarn I got. But then I had always noticed that there was other patterns, but it was used with different yarn, and I always thought that that was interesting and didn't quite make sense. Well, I finally actually watched one of her unboxings of the boxes, and she explained it. So, Ashley, I am so sorry if you happen to be watching this that I did not realize that. But the reason that there's different yarns in her patterns in her booklet is because there's two different types of boxes that you can get. So not only are there two types of hooks, the natural wood or the funfetti, but you can either get the merino yarn, which is what I get, or you can get a box with just cotton yarn. And so this yarn right here that you're seeing is what came out in this box if you ordered the cotton yarn box. The girl is good. So that's my take on the Lether Co boxes. And so I hope that answered your question. You asked about the price. It is $45 a month. And then, and she sends you an email out that lets you know that your subscription is about to renew. So if you don't want to get it that month, you can cancel it and then go back and sign up for the next month that you want it. Otherwise, she'll send out an email saying, hey, your subscription is about to renew. And then she'll send out another one to let you know that it is shipped, so you have an idea that it's coming. I usually get mine around the 17th or the 18th of every month. So, and I got this one on the 19th of this month. So, and I do like them. And I am a big, huge, I mean huge promoter of these hooks. I absolutely love them. Not only are they fun, they are a conversation starter when I'm out in public and I'm using them. People say, oh my gosh, I love that hook. I've never seen something. So it opens up a conversation that I may or may not have ever had with that individual. But not only that, I don't have the issue with my hands that I normally do with some of the other hooks. And like I'll get tired and my hands will just get really sore and hurt really badly, and I have to put my work down. I don't have that with this. And I actually sometimes wear braces on my hands at night to help with probably early onset of arthritis. I've not been wearing my braces on my hands when I sleep for a long time. Every now and then, this part of my thumb on this hand, my non-crocheting hand, hurts. And I think that just is because how I'm holding the work, and it pulls on that muscle. But you guys, even if you don't get the subscription box, just go on and order one hook, and whatever size you use the most, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So I hope that answered that question. All right, so let's move along. How's the view from here? You guys, this has been a phenomenal week for me. I reached a goal that I set for myself for Christmas, and it was to reach 100 subscribers by Christmas. That would be 10 months into my channel from starting my very first video and getting it out there for you. And that goal was reached this week in the very beginning of I'm fixing to go into my 4th month, right? March, April, May, June. Nope, I'm getting ready to go into my 5th month. July 4th will be my 5th month anniversary. And because of you, I made that goal that I set for Christmas this past week. And so I thank you. My goal was to reach 100 subscribers by Christmas. And at this current moment, before I jumped on here, I was at 164 subscribers. That is up from 54 last week. So that's 110 new subscribers. So welcome to the family. I hope you enjoy my channel. I hope you get something out of it. This is me coming to bring some enjoyment and joy to your life every week. So if you are new, I have 3 segments that I do every single week. On Mondays, we meet for Fun Day Monday. Now, Fun Day Monday is just what it says. It's a Fun Day Monday. So it might be educational. It might be talking about a certain topic. It might be showing you like how to join yarn to an already work in progress. It might be working a small project. I'm trying to think of some that we did before the Hat Not Hate project started. I can't think right now. Right now, we're currently involved in the Hat Not Hate project. If you're not aware of that, that is a project that is going on. I believe this is the 3rd year that they're doing it. They're trying to have 100,000 hats to hand out to school-age children that stands up and fights against bullying. And so this is my 1st year participating. And so we have spent the last 6 weeks making hats for the Hat Not Hate project. This coming Fun Day Monday will be the last hat that we make this year for the Hat Not Hate project. It'll be the 7th hat. And I'm going to take all those hats that we've made over those tutorials, and not just the ones that I made in the tutorial, but there were some that I made in addition for that tutorial. So we're going to be sending all those out, and I'll do a special video of all of that and just kind of go through all the hats that we've made and have a total count of how many hats I'm sending off for that. My goal was 15. And I think I'm going to surpass it, maybe not by much above that, but that is my goal this year. And I've already set my goal for next year to do 25 hats. But that is so exciting. I'm happy to be a part of that. But I have a video, a very special video on that whole project, and it gives you all the information. It tells you where to send the hats. It tells you any stipulations, like, you know, the size the hat has to be, the percentage of blue. And that's the thing, the hats all have to be blue. That's the color, and they have to be 75% blue. So I'm not going to go through all of that, so go check out those videos. And so we meet on Mondays for Fun Day Monday. And again, it's either something educational and informative, or it's a small little project that is done in that day. Then we meet on Wednesday on the Hook on Wednesdays, and that is a crochet along series. So it's not something that we're going to do in just one day. It might take 2 weeks for us to do. The longest project we've ever done took 5 weeks, and that was when we made one of those hoodies like I showed you at the beginning of this video of my older sons. We made one for my younger son in that tutorial, and we did it over a 5-week process. And so then after that, we've done a baby set, and that took us I think 4 weeks to do. Yes, it took us 4 weeks to do. We did the bonnet first, I think, and then the booties, and then we took 2 weeks to make the baby sweater. Right now, we're working on the corner to corner blanket, and we have just completed our 2nd week in it, and we've got 4 weeks to go. So the first week we were building the increasing rows. The second week, which we just did this past Wednesday, was building the rectangular build of the blanket. And next week we'll start the decreasing rows, which will actually complete our blanket into a square or rectangle, depending on what size you made yours in. And then the fourth week, we're going to put a border on it. And what we're going to do after that, I will probably let you know next Friday, if not the Friday after, as we're bringing that blanket to an end. But I'm probably going to give you a kind of a hint next Friday so you can start getting your materials ready. And then we meet on Fridays for cup to hook conversations. Now, I have been really thinking about that. And when I do get to go live, I'm going to probably, well, I'm not going to probably, I am going to change the time on that. Right now, I try to have these cup to hook conversations out by 5 o'clock on Fridays. But when I am able to go live, and I was thinking I was going to make that announcement today, I'm going to be moving it to the morning. And the reason being is at 5 o'clock every day, between 5 and 6, which is when we would be on the air, my family is all coming home. And so right now that consists of my husband and my youngest son, and sometimes his girlfriend comes in with him. So we are still currently trying to help him or help them find a home to move into. We have a appointment next Wednesday to go look at one, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So it's a pretty nice size house to start out with, and they're excited. We're excited for them. But right now, they're all coming in between 5 and 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and that would be right in the middle of our time together. So not to have all those distractions, I thought, well, let me think about a time that I could just literally set aside for you guys. And so I am going to start moving that time to 9 o'clock on Friday morning. So you can set your clocks and join me. And so starting next Friday, I'm going to go ahead, even though it's an uploaded video, I'm still going to have these videos to you by 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the United States, up for you to view, so that it can start getting us in the habit of coming together at that time, because I am confident that we will get there before the end of this year. That's my new goal. That's a lot. But hey, look what just happened in the past week. 110 new subscribers. So tell your friends so we can go live. So my next cozy chat is Jeannie's Crochet Creation. Was my 50th subscriber, and that was big news. But now I'm all the way up to past 150 subscribers. So Jeannie, I still value and appreciate that you are my 50th subscriber. What I appreciate even more is that you were able to laugh with me over my blunder. The blunder that I'm referring to, and I was so tired last week that on last Friday's chat, how it slipped my mind, I don't know, because it has continued to be a joke. Not a joke, but a great laugh in my house. But at the beginning of all of my videos, I always do 1, 2, 3, and clap. And I try to do a solid clap like that, so that my video and my audio are showing me that they're synced up. And so I do the visual, the 1, 2, 3 for the visual end of it, and then I count out loud for the audio. But something about making sure I clap keeps my audio and my visual synced up. Well, on Cut to Hook number 13, I made that video after coming off of actually working 13 hours, no sleep. And then I tried to edit it to get it up so it'd be up on time. And it was. But I left that at the beginning, that 1, 2, 3 clap. And I think I even had to clap 3 times that day to actually get it with that right, cup sound. And so when I went back and replayed that video and saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. But I laughed about it. So I did. I went on and I left a little message to y'all, laughing at myself. But Jeannie, you're so correct. If we can't laugh at ourselves, then, oh my gosh, how can we expect others to? Well, the funny thing is I'm really laughing and crying at myself right now with another video that I just put up. And it was for the Christmas in July fairies. I was so excited about that video. Again, came home after working 12 and a half hours and came in, changed clothes, and literally sat down and started making that video. I was so happy and so proud of that video. While I was doing it, at the beginning, I had my little, title picture, and I had the little music going from my little doggy friend right here. And then I let him actually dance around. So at the end of the video, when I put up my logo, I was going to take the music coming off of him and I was going to put it with my logo and have music with my logo, because normally I don't have music with it. So I thought, oh, well, let me see if I can copy this little portion and come over here and paste it. Well, I couldn't, but I had, I'm still learning everything about the editing and all that in my Vegas Pro, which is how I upload my videos, or record my videos, I should say. So anyway, it had duplicate, and I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll duplicate the audio. So I did that, and I put it down in its own separate little track, and then I went and spliced out what I didn't need, and then I transferred over what I did. What I didn't know is not only did it do that, but somehow or another, it literally went up into my pre-audio. So as my video was going along, halfway through, I'm talking, but my audio starts over from the beginning. I'm going to talk more about that in just a minute, and I know we're kind of running lengthy today. It's been a great week, but you guys are phenomenally wonderful. So I'm laughing and crying over that, but it's funny. They say that your first couple of videos are your worst. I feel like my first 30 to 40 videos are my worst. But you guys are wonderful and great, and that's going to lead us into some of our questions. But all right, so let's move along. Jada and Stitches did reply back to me. I had talked to her on one of her videos, told her what a great, powerful influence she has had on me in actually starting this YouTube channel as well. I have been following her for a couple years just as a passionate crocheter, and I have done many of her projects, and so just watching her kind of inspired me to give back, and so I was at that point where I was tired of just taking from people, and she was one that I was following just really avidly and hugely. And so I thanked her that she has given me a lot of what it, really the inspiration to come out here and actually create a YouTube channel of my own. And so she replied back, and she said that she was touched to know that she had a small hand in my crochet journey. And so again, if you have not seen Jada and Stitches, definitely go over and check out her channel. It is worth it. And she's a lot of fun, very smart. I call her the crochet queen. I think that wraps up everything in that, except for the Christmas in July fairies. So Dana with Wonderlust Crochet came up with this, and so a lot of us podcasters are becoming fairies in July, and we're going to draw one name on July 15th. And that person is going to win something from us personally. And then we're going to give Dana their name. And Dana's going to take all these winners and she's going to put them together. And then she's going to draw one name from all those winners. And then that person is going to receive a gift from all of us that participated as a fairy. And the last I looked, it was close to 150 podcasters. So you're going to get a gift from all of them if you're that lucky winner. So please, please go find all of our videos. There's a playlist. And even in my blundered video, the playlist is in there. And go click on that and go on to each of those videos and listen to see if they ask you to leave a special word in the comment section. And then do that so that you can enter to win these prizes. You have to make sure that your subscription or your subscriber info is public though. If you have it private, then unfortunately the random YouTube picker is not going to select you. So make sure, even if you just do it on those days, the 15th of July and the 25th of July, make sure that your information is public. And then you can go back and put it private if you want. So, but it does have to be public. All right. So that wraps up that. So let's move on. Cut to Hook Conversations. We meet every Friday. Starting next week, we are going to start meeting at 9 a.m., preparing ourselves for that glorious day when we go live. So because I have so many new people and I'm still getting comments from some of the past questions, we always talk about last week's question and then a question for this week. And so I'm actually going to go one question back because I got some comments, and it was, do you choose the yarn or the project first? And now that I have lots of new friends, if you will, answer this for me too. Let us know. Do you choose the project or the yarn first? So in my personal little crochet world, it seems like I've told people that the yarn buys me. Because clearly I have a lot that has not been worked up behind me. But a lot of that started because I was storing my yarn in an armoire, and it had shelves in the top, but in the bottom it just went down. There was no, you couldn't open the front of it. So I had these baskets sitting in it, these laundry baskets, these big, tall, rectangular baskets. And I kind of had the yarn divided as best I could, but it was all down in there. And so, with a basket, you can't see what's on the bottom. And if you can't see into the armoire, you're only looking down, you're only going to see what's on the top. And then sometimes the idea of having to dig all that out to find the color you need was just too much. So I would just go buy what I needed, even though I may have had it. Well, now that I have my yarn wall, I can not only see what I have, but it's organized. And if you aren't aware of this, we're actually doing a yarn voyage tour across my yarn wall that was inspired by a young lady that I met in Michael's a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago now. But so come join us for that. Anyway, lost my train of thought. I see the yarn and it's like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. This, let's see. Yes, you can see them. These exciting yarns right here, I bought those almost 2 years ago because of all the vibrant colors, and I'm going to have a video out on those very, very soon in the near future, so you'll get to see them up close and get to really see those vibrant colors. I bought that yarn, had no clue what I was going to make with it. But anyway, we will soon be making some stuff with them. But the yarn buys me. I see it and I'm like, oh, that's gorgeous. And then I'll find something else to go with it. And then I'll be like, yeah, I can make a blanket, or I'm going to make baskets out of that, or whatever. So I think the yarn buys me. Very seldom have I had a project in mind and I went in and bought yarn. The hoodies, that was one. Some of my Christmas projects, I had the project in mind and went and bought the yarn. But most of the time I see that yarn and it's like, oh my gosh, I got to have it. another one that was like that. Let me go above me right here, right above my head. And this top one, that purple velvet, it was on sale. And actually it was in the clearance section. And I got so excited about it, I bought some other yarn, some yellow yarn and whatnot, that I'm going to make a blanket out of. That otherwise I went in there and didn't have a project in mind. So anyway, so let me know, do you buy the yarn first or does the project come first for you? Last week's question was, do you subscribe to any monthly subscriptions? And right now I currently subscribe to 2. I subscribe to Lether Co. because I just love those hooks, and the Crochet Society. And I can't begin to tell you, I would be here all day on just that box. I truly look forward to that box. And sometimes it is a wait for it, but it is so worth it. I mean, everything that Sarah Jane sends in it, I mean, I can use. And I'm actually thinking that when, and I pay for that one by the year. I think that one is also like $40 a month. I pay the year subscription. So I think mine comes out to somewhere between $25 and $30 a month doing it as a year subscription, because I think I get like 15 or 20% off. I'm not sure, but you can go to her site and see it. So go look at any of my Crochet Society unboxings, and all the information is in the description box there. But anyway, when my subscription renews this fall, I think I'm really thinking about doing 2 boxes, and that way I will have boxes to do as giveaways. So definitely stay tuned with me, because that is coming. Also, at some point in time, after I get fully established here, I also plan on getting a couple of the hooks from Lether Co. to give as giveaways. So the hooks usually run about $35 a hook if you get them separately. So stay tuned, because once I really get the hang of this random YouTube picker, which I will be doing for the first time on July 15th, and I know exactly what I'm doing, I will be giving many more giveaways. And so I'm excited about that. Pamela with Pamela's Crochet told me that she subscribes to Knit Crate, Annie's Caring Crochet Club, Annie's Hook and Needle Club, Mary Maxim, and Ipsy, IPSY. Now, I order out of the Mary Maxim catalog, but I honestly did not know that they had a subscription box. So I'm going to check into that. I'm also going to go check out Ipsy and see what's going on there. And yeah. So maybe I'll have some more subscriptions to share with you in the future. So let me know, who and what do you subscribe to on a monthly basis? And if you don't and you have questions, let me know. Even if I don't subscribe to it, I have many friends that subscribe to different ones, like the Knit Crate. I think they also have one for crocheting. So ask me a question and I will find the answer out for you. So, and if need be, I'll go on and order one for that month, and we'll go through it together and see what it's about. All right, so the question for this week for Cup to Hook Conversations is, who is someone in your life that if there were a National Hero Award, you would name them as a candidate? So in other words, anyone in your life, whether here in the United States, abroad, anywhere in the world, if we had a National Hero Award to be given out, who would you name for that? Now, those of you who know me know that I can't ever just list one of something. But I'm going to list one group of people. that I want to shout out to. For those of you who know, I work in my local hospital in the ER. I work in registration, so I'm one of the folks that when you come into the ER, I register you as a patient and get all your information and insurance and all of that. But the nurses that I work with are phenomenal. They are the most giving, loving, just wonderful people that you could ever ask for. They come from all walks of life, meaning they have families. Some are married, some are not. Some have children, some do not. Every day, they sacrifice time away from their family. Yes, I know it's their profession. But some of the things that they have to see and some of the things that they have to endure are just unimaginable. And right now with COVID, on top of everything else that's going on, life just being life, because people are still getting really sick, people are still dying, people are still having motor vehicle accidents. I mean, things just still happen. It doesn't care that COVID is going on. But then you throw COVID on top of it, and then they have to put themselves up there, and then they have to worry about their families on top of it. They work long hours, but yet they have this just presence about them. They're larger than life. They are just warriors. They come in with a smile and ready to help heal you and make you feel better. They are just, caregiving giants. And sometimes they get a lot of sleep, sometimes they don't. And yet they have these big, humongous hearts. So if I could give a hero award, it would go to each and every one of those nurses. Now my partner and I work with the same girl every shift, and we work nights. We go in, I usually get there about 6:45. My shift starts at 7, and we work till 7 in the morning. And I usually get out of there by 7:30. We do interact with the patients too. Not only when they come in, but we also have to go into their rooms and whatnot. But we're not in the nit grit of why they're there. And these nurses are. So I just want to give a big shout out to them. And if I could be bold enough, and if you've listened to me long enough today, I think this is the longest cup to hook video we've ever had. I ask if you would, in the description box, you'll find my P.O. box. But if you would just send a letter, Dear Newberry Nurses. Newberry is Newberry. Dear Newberry ER Nurses, and send them just a word of encouragement. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you don't want to drop it in the mail, you'll find my email address in the description box. If you will send me an email and just in the title subject line, put Newberry ER Nurses, I'm going to print those off. And if you mail them, I'm going to take them. They have a bulletin board right there. And it is a bulletin board that's set for encouraging letters that people send to the hospital, and then the administration comes and puts on that board. But I would love to put your letters up on that board for them, so that at night when they have a moment to stop and eat their dinner, they can look up at that board and read your letters. So if you would, I would appreciate that. So over the next couple weeks, if you'll just take some time and either shoot me an email or send out a letter to my P.O. box, just giving them a word of encouragement, I would greatly appreciate that. I know they would, because they are our true heroes. So, all right. So you'll have to come join me next week. I promise you I won't be as long-winded, to see what our question is for next week. So moving along, Fun Day Monday will be this Monday. That video is usually out by 3 o'clock on Monday afternoons. And again, this past week, we did the, whoops, about knocked my chocolate milk over. We did the grit stitch hat. And this week coming, we are going to be doing the last hat of this series for the Hat Not Hate project. I want to tell you the name of the hat, but since it's our last one, I want to keep it a surprise until Monday. But let me tell you what you're going to need. So you're going to need the yarn that you're going to make your hat in. You're going to need a size J, 10 or 6 millimeter hook. You'll need a pair of scissors. You'll need a darning needle, and you will need a measuring tape. And then if you want to put a pom-pom on your hat, you can either go buy one of those fur pom-poms from the local craft store, or you can go check out my video that I put on making pom-poms. That was one of the Fun Day Monday things we did, was how to make pom-poms. You can go make a pom-pom. So that's what you're going to need. And I'll see you on Monday at 3 to tell you what kind of hat we're making for our final hat for the Hat Not Hate project. And then Wednesday on the Hook meets every Wednesday. And this tutorial is usually out by 11 a.m. every Wednesday morning. And we are working on the corner to corner blanket, and we will be doing part 3. But if you've not joined us before now, that's okay. You can go catch part 1 and part 2, and you can catch up with us. And guys, I would love, love, love to see some of the pictures of what you're making, even if it doesn't have anything to do with my tutorials, in my social media. I have Instagram, I have Snapchat, I have Twitter, and I have Facebook. So come find me. All the information is down in the description box. I think the only thing I don't have on there is Snapchat, but I do have a Snapchat account. So, but anyway, let me see your stuff. And this coming week, we will be working on part 3 of the corner to corner blanket, which is doing the decreasing rows, which completes the actual body shape of the blanket. And then next week, we're going to put the border around it. And so that is what's coming up this coming week. As far as videos, let's see. The videos that I put out this past week, since we were last together, was the Christmas in July fairy video. I am going to sometime in the next couple of days put that original video up as it should have been, because it does have information in it that I think you might have missed. But please do not respond on the one that is good. Make sure if you respond in a comment to do it on the one that's blundered, because that's the one that I'm going to do when it comes to picking the winner. But I am going to put the one up that it should have been, just so you can make sure you get all the information you're supposed to. And then you can see what the video was really about. It's about a 5-minute video, so hopefully it won't take too much time to watch. All right. Then we put out the Wednesday on the Hook part 2 corner to corner blanket, building the rectangular part of the build. And then I did part 2 of the yarn voyage across my wall. We looked at green and pink yarns. Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet said that I had a nice selection of yarn, and I appreciate that. And then Fun Day Monday video came out, which was Fun Day Monday number 12, and it was on the grit stitch hat I just showed you. I did do a Lether Co unboxing and showed this fabulous yarn. And Pamela's Adoring Crochet said that it was a nice box this month, and it really was. I love these colors. I'm going to be honest, whatever I decide to make with this, it is going to be for me. And I'm actually thinking about doing the actual beanie hat pattern that she had in there. But yes, I'm definitely going to do something for myself with this color, because As Crochet Nurse said, this color is a good color for me. And I agree. So I might finally do something for myself, for moi. Let's see. Crochet Nurse said she loved my yarn wall. And then she loves the fact that I reuse the Lether Co. boxes for sending cornbread to my son. All right, so moving along. Our Joy Basket moments. For those of you that are new, Joy Basket moments are where we come together and I give some kind of word of encouragement to you to send you off with for the week. And last week we talked about courage, and this week kind of comes in lieu of our heroes that we're thinking about, and it's called Setting the Standard. Though knowledge is important, we teach others, oops, mistake, most by example. Today, teach those around you by being self-controlled, having integrity, and being eager to do good. People will see the standard you set and will be attracted to do the same. I am 100% a believer of that. How we respond to things is how other people will respond. And I have found that if someone's yelling at you, talk really low and really quiet, because they're going to have to quit yelling to hear you. If they're unhappy and you're smiling, smiles are infectious. I mean, they can't help but smile. And then if they're not feeling so great and they walk by and they see your nod or they see your smile, it's going to give them a little boost of confidence that they were not having. So I believe that we can set the standard for other people and they will emulate us. So my word of encouragement is, may we strive to have good character, self-control, and integrity so that others will be drawn to us and drawn to do the same. So, big challenge this week, but hopefully you're being encouraged as well. And our scripture verse that we're going to put with that is Titus 2:7, and in everything set them an example by doing what is good. So, be an example, be an encourager, be full of joy. All right, love share. This is the time that I do a shout out for people. And so I was prepared to tell you in the live that I wasn't going to particularly do love shout outs this week because I have so many new subscribers that I want to make a list so I make sure I don't miss anyone. And I am going to do 5 per week. And so if you will, bear with me this week and give me a chance to get that list made so that I can create the special individual slides for each of them. And what I'm going to do, I've kind of done it in the past with just their name, but I'm going to go ahead and do a slide with their name and their YouTube channel, and then I will also list it in the description box. But I want to make sure that my friends, especially my new friends coming on, that I have not already done a love share with, are getting a shout out. And that way you're able to go over and check out their channel too, because I love the love and support that we give one another. And that is the last thought that I want to leave with you. The fact that I royally blundered my Christmas in July Fairies video, something that was so exciting and such a special moment, and I am honored to be a part of. You guys watched my video as if there were no blunder, and you still went and made comments in the comment section. And that speaks volumes to the character of people that you are. And I could not be more proud to be a part of this community of people. You guys are wonderful, and I am humbly and honored to call you my friend. So you have encouraged me this week to go forward with a higher level of confidence in everything that I do, just because I have the love and support of a phenomenally group of people. Y'all are just phenomenal, and thank you for being a part of my life and my life journey. and my crochet and my YouTube journey. So with that, be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, and go make your own joyful creations. And I will see you next Friday at 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time in the United States. Bye, guys.